to the Knicks. They're gonna have cap space too.
Isn't Randle still better than him?
Randle's better than him.
Bridges?
Isn't he? Isn't he?
You're faded. Hell no.
Bro, he's
I
better
love
than
Julius Randle, but hell no. Better than Jaylen Brown?
He's better than Jaylen Brown.
Oh, Brown. We're talking about Brown. Oh,
Jaylen.
Oh my! I was talking about Mikal.
No.
I am tripping.
Julius Randle is better than Jaylen Brown?
I thought you were talking about Mikal.
No,
I'm
asking.
asking.
Do you think he's better than Jaylen
No,
Brown?
right now Brown is better. Right, no, I thought you were talking about Mikal. That's why I was like, what are you talking about?
Let me check Mikal.
Randle's better than Mikal,
You know
yeah.
what?
That's what I'm saying. That's what
I
I'm
don't think
saying.
so.
Randle does
wait
get
till
a lot
next
of
year.
points, doesn't he?
Wait till next
I'll
year.
give you that. I'll wait till because since the trade deadline,
It don't matter.
man,
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
insane.
They are
Yeah,
six.
Jalen's way more.
Oh, he's not.
Niggas was not.
Bro has 2 40-plus point games in like what for like a month. Like
Julius, the last 3 seasons has been killer.
he's had a really good season.
Last
Bad
year he was
season.
garbage.
Okay,
Don't
what
say
about
that.
the season before that?
Okay,
Star and
so
then
all of it-
crash and then star.
I'm taking,
First team,
I'm
last year,
taking
pretty
somebody
sure.
who's been consistent last 3 years as opposed to someone had a great year, bad year,
And a
great
great
year
year.
again.
And
the-
super
and,
good.
and let's be real. The reason, let's be real. The reason he's having a resurgence here is because he has a point guard in Jalen Brunson. Without him, he would not be doing any of this
that should be a help to him though.
To
because
Jalen Brunson,
his team was so bad to the point where he couldn't do anything.
No, he had the same team
The
the
Celtics
2
have always been
previous
good.
seasons.
Yeah, but they were bad though.
No.
Right? So adding an extra player that is
He
good is
choked
going
in
to
the
help
playoffs.
him.
Randle choked in the playoffs. He did really bad against the Hawks.
Okay, but his team was bad.
Kind
Was
of
it
like
not?
Curry and
No, but
KD.
here's my case though. Here's my case. The year that he was an All-Star, and then the year after where he had a terrible season, they had the same exact roster. Nothing changed.
Yeah, like he's had a bad. He's
He just had a bad year.
He had a
Trash
down year, but
year.
I'm saying
Trash
that like.
And then as
the
soon as they
addition of
added
Bron-
Jalen Brunson, he
should help him,
went
right?
back to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he needs somebody to like a better player on his team.
Help.
His
He
team
needs
was so
somebody
bad
to
to the
help.
point where they have to add somebody to make it easier on him.
But I don't
Look
think-
at him now.
no, I-
Jalen Brown has been on a good team every single year of his career. He's been in the playoffs.
And you're going to
every
say
single
that
year.
he's worse than Julius Randle because he's had better teammates.
It's been
That's
easier
a
on him.
terrible
He's back
argument.
to
You think Jaylen Brown is worse than Randle?
I'm sorry, Jalen
Yes.
Brown didn't get drafted to the fucking Houston Rockets, bro.
Dude, all Jalen Brown.
Like,
Dude,
what kind of argument is
dude,
that?
what can Jalen Brown do better than?
I was lost on
what
this.
What kind
can
of argument is that?
What can Jalen Brown do better than Julius Randle?
He does better
Shoot the
than
ball,
defense.
shoot the ball,
Defense.
score mid-range shots.
Finishing is probably better
Randle's
than
Finishing
defense
is easily
ass.
better.
Randle's defense is
Hassan,
ass.
isn't
Perimeter defense.
Randle, yeah, his defense is terrible.
So what are we doing?
So I
Offensively, he's
think
not
it's
that
off the
bad.
rim.
27,
Go by
7.
stats too.
Like,
He's way
both sides
better.
of the
Go
ball.
by
His
stats.
defense is
27,
terrible.
7 and 3. 25, 10 and 4.
Okay.
Your offense
it's
has to be
close.
significally better. If
Jalen
He's playing with
Brown
better.
is
He's playing with a better
number
team.
one.
If your defense
Yeah, but he's playing with a better
Number two,
team.
he's putting up more stats than this man.
He's playing on a better team. It's
You're
easier for him
right,
to
you're
score.
right, you're
Is it
right.
not?
I mean,
Yeah, but
the Knicks are not bad though.
They're
He's
not
on a
bad, but
better
without
team,
Randle,
he's
they're bad.
literally-
They're worse.
But we're talking
They're
about
worse.
like Brunson's bad, like
No. Okay, who else? besides
Your
Brunson?
argument is
RJ
stupid.
Barrett.
Quickly,
Okay, Quickly's good. Quickly's
Okay,
good.
Josh Hart joining the team helps a lot. Am I wrong?
Dude, his
Compared
argument
to
is
the Celtics,
retarded. His
though.
argument's
I know.
retarded.
What's
It
my
makes
argument?
zero sense.
Wait, Hassan,
You're
you
saying
also
because
said-
this guy has better teammates, he's a worse player.
Yes.
That's the stupidest
Hold
argument.
on.
Who said that?
Hold on.
I did.
Hustle.
I said he's the worst player because he has a better team.
Hustle.
That's what you
Yeah,
said.
I
He's
said
got a
that,
better
Omari.
team. He's got a
Hustle.
better
You did
team.
say that.
No, I
Wait,
didn't.
Celtics
But
got-
you've
I said
also-
it's easier for him to score.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
oh,
but
wait.
you've also valued where your team ranks in other arguments. So
Because
if-
his team is
in
better. He
this
has a really
arg-
good team.
So then you should
Celtics have a really
favor
good team.
Jalen
Yeah,
Brown.
you should favor Jalen
No, you should
Brown.
favor
Just admit it
Jalen
to him
Brown.
again.
I'm saying he's getting easier shots because of the teammates around him. He has a
And
better team
I'm
than
saying that
Julius
usually
does.
when the team is better, you give them credit for
Obviously, he's
He's
one of the
part
reasons why.
Yes,
Obviously, I'm
So
just
then-
saying his
so
baskets are
then-
easier than
so
Julius.
then
Average
if his
27.
stats are close,
Yeah,
his
I think
defense
about
is
2 years
better
ago.
than Randle, and he has a better record.
I'll take a
What
look.
the fuck are we arguing?
Exactly.
I said the
We're
record-
not arguing.
the
He's
record-
the only one arguing
Dude.
for this.
The record point is mute because he's not the sole reason why his team is good.
Neither's Randle.
He's the biggest reason why.
No, he's not.
So-
Jalen
No,
Brunson.
no,
Oh,
Brown.
so
You
Brunson
wanna
is
say
better than
Brown's not-
Randle?
Randle's never
No,
averaged
I didn't
27.
say that. I said Jalen Brunson's a bigger reason that the
You
team
wanna
is
say
good.
Brown is not a
They
big
had
Without
Jalen
Randle-
Brunson, they were a playoff team last
Okay,
year.
so-
They missed the playoffs.
Okay, take Randle off the team and have Brunson on the team in the past. What are they doing?
Dude, I'm
They're
not-
not even close to the playoffs
Bro,
without
but
Randle.
without Brunson, they're not close to the playoffs either.
Yeah, okay, but we're saying who's the bigger
But
part
the
as to why they're
Celtics-
winning.
the
Randle's
Celtics
easily the
are-
biggest reason
No,
why.
he's not.
No,
I
he's not.
disagree.
No, he's not.
I disagree. I severely
But
disagree.
But I
Dude,
disagree
if you
with
take
Anthony.
Randle off the team, Brunson is not even being talked about. They're saying he's
Why-
really,
if you
they're
take
worse than
Brunson off
Dame's
the
team.
Randle's not being talked about.
Yes, he
He's
was because they made
48%
the 60. They
from-
made the 60 2 years ago. They made the 60 2 years ago.
In this
bro.
case, I'm gonna take Hasson's side because in the
No,
last
that's-
2 years,
no.
That's
in the
what
last
I
Let
2
him
said.
years,
speak.
like,
Let him speak.
yeah, in the last 2 years, like they had a bad year last year, but the year before that, he's always been the number one option on the Knicks. But he's made the playoffs with the Knicks. Like,
They made it to the 16.
yeah, so like
That's
it's different because
Years
if you
ago.
were to only have Brunson compared to the teams that we've seen Randle only have, like Brunson Brunson on those teams instead of Randle, would perform a lot worse
Not
than
going
they did
anywhere.
with Randle.
What? You're saying this Brunson,
Like,
this peak Brunson right now that we have right now,
Yes.
would not help a team more than Randle help a team.
We're
I
saying
agree with that.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
I
We're
agree.
saying if it
Randle
was
is
like
helping more.
if it's alone, one alone versus one alone. Like if it's just Randle,
Neither
on
of
the
them would make the
Knicks, or
playoffs.
just Brunson on the
Neither
Knicks.
of them
No,
would
but
Randle
make
did
the
make the playoffs.
Randle
He did.
has is the point.
Yes.
Randle's done it before, but I don't.
And they got
I highly
swept.
doubt.
And they got swept.
They
They
weren't a
didn't
good
get
team.
swept.
They were
garbage.
They weren't a
They
good
didn't get
team,
swept.
Yeah,
but
but the East is
Brunson
ass.
would be even worse.
It's
Like
not-
if it was
it's
just
not
Brunson
crazy
and
to
no
get in.
Randle, it would be even worse place.
Randle's a
That's
better
what he's
player
saying.
than Brunson, but Brunson has contributed more to their success
That's just a team thing. Like that's just a composition.
because he's a point guard. His position is more valuable. What he does on the court
So
is
you're
way
saying
more valuable.
so that
than
means you're
Julius
saying he's a
Randle.
more valuable
who's
player on the
better,
Knicks than
bro?
Julius Randle.
Yes.
And without Julius Randle, they wouldn't win. So
Who the
Like,
fuck
even
is
now,
better?
they-
Yes,
they
they
and
would
they've
win
won
with
with
either of them.
Randle.
They
They've
would've
won with Randle.
Don't
What
even-
have they won?
They went to the 6th seed. And they made the playoffs in years.
Congratulations, you got
Okay, with
swept.
Brunson, they wouldn't make the playoffs at all.
I'm not
At
arguing
all.
that. I'm not
Okay, so
arguing
who's
that.
a more valuable player?
Bro,
You based
I'm
those two
telling you,
guys.
I'm telling you, Randle's a better player, but,
we're not talking about
Brunson is
valuable.
more
We're talking about
valuable.
That's not true because you
can't-
wouldn't be winning if
at the
Brunson
end of
was
the
on
day-
the team.
At the end of the day,
If Randle was on the team.
I'm saying Randle's
Yeah, I
better,
agree with that.
but
We can't
Brunson's
take-
more valuable.
We can't take their
You can
records
be two
together.
different things at once,
Yeah,
bro.
Okay.
but you
You
can't
listen
take
what I'm-
their
yeah,
record
you
together and try to like devalue it for one or the other because they're together at the end of the day. Like
No,
their
but
record
I'm saying
now
you can-
is a product
If
of
you
both of
watch
them.
the New York Knicks, you
But-
could tell that Jalen Brunson makes a significant
Because they
difference
need-
on
They
the
help
court.
each other. They help
that's
each other
facts.
out.
They need Brunson to do what they're doing.
And they need Randle
But it's
to do
like
what
if
they're doing.
that's
Yes, I
what I'm
agree.
saying.
It's both.
But we're saying like
We're saying that the point of where they are now isn't just a product of Brunson, so you can't say, "Oh, Brunson."
It's not just him.
It's not
It's
just-
not just him.
No.
Obviously
But it's,
not.
it's also because like, let's say right now that when we saw just with Randle, they're like, "Oh, we need a point guard." But it's like if it was just if it was just Brunson, it would be like, "Oh, we need a big."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
hey,
true.
and then
Of course.
Randle comes and it would just be the same. So
My
it's just-
point is, it's
like-
it's easier to find a big that can do what Randle does than to find an efficient point guard like Brunson.
That's not even true.
I-
There's only a few
that's-
I thought this was
That's
about
objective.
Brown.
Name one right now that can do what Randle can do besides like
Randle
Sabonis.
Brunson.
Oh, okay.
Name a forward right now that can do what Randle could do that's like not Sabonis.
Name a four that could do what Randle could do that's not Sabonis. I'm not thinking about that right now.
Zion.
That dude doesn't play.
not
Bro.
wrong?
God damn it.
Zion could do it.
Am I wrong? Zion could do exactly what.
Oh,
Dude doesn't even play. And Zion's a freaking
Zion could do
superstar athlete.
Randle
Like,
and more.
I'm about to say yes and no. Like, yes if he's on the court.
Zion's better. Zion should
Anthony
be better than
Davis.
Randle when he
Anthony
plays.
Davis could easily do what Randle does and more.
The thing is, like,
How are you gonna get Anthony Davis on that team?
No,
I'm
here's
just
the
saying that.
thing.
You say name someone. You said name
Okay,
someone.
but like he said, that could easily be. He said Randle could easily be replaced by someone.
I never
else.
said
No,
that,
you just
bro.
said-
What'd you
I
say
never
then?
said
What'd
that.
you say?
I never said replace at all. I said it's easier to find someone that has Randle's skill set than
Correct.
Brunson's skill set.
Correct.
That's
Like
all I
who?
said.
Okay, but that's not true at all.
Yes, it
name-
is.
You'll only name superstars.
Okay,
So Randle's a
fine,
superstar
fine.
now?
No. Okay, I'll name you some fours.
All right,
Let
name
me go
some.
look at the pool. Let me go look at the pool.
All right, back to the value thing though. The reason why I said Brunson isn't as valuable as Randle is because if you put Brunson on the Knicks team 2 years ago, they're not making the playoffs.
I'll
like
name you
Randle
some
did.
players right now. I found
Okay.
some. Paolo Banchero, same skill set as Julius Randle. He's obviously not as good as him, but he has the same
But they
skill
do
So
set.
they'd be at the same with him and Brunson. They'd be at the same level as the Knicks.
No, bro, you're not understanding anything I'm saying.
I'm hearing what you're saying.
No,
that doesn't
you're
make
not,
sense,
bro.
If they have the same skill set, obviously he's going to be winning at the same level, right? Or am I wrong?
But
Did
see,
I
ask the
not
question.
just say
I know.
he's not as good as
I know.
Julius Randle, but
So
they
why
play
bring him up?
similar?
Okay, so
Because he has a similar skill set.
okay,
Do
so
you
would
not understand
they?
that?
You can't bring up his name if they're not going to be winning at the same
You
level.
asked if the
Okay.
value of players similar to
So
him.
it's not. It's not the same. If they're not similar, if they're not winning
You
games.
don't understand what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying.
I
It doesn't
can't
make
even
any
continue
sense.
this argument.
It
He's
doesn't
not
make any
understanding
sense.
what I'm
I
saying.
understand what you're saying.
No,
You're
you're
saying
not.
a player similar to Randle's skill set. But it's not fair to compare those two players because if Randle's winning at the same level, if you can replace him with somebody else at Paul's level,
Let me ask
at
you
Paul's
this.
level, he'd be winning too.
Let me
That's
ask
what
you
your whole point
Let me ask
revolves
you this.
around.
Damian Lillard and Anthony Simons play similar games, right? So why
No.
aren't they don't play similar?
No.
Okay, we're done with this
Hassan.
conversation.
Dude, he doesn't play.
Listen.
Do you see him shooting 40? Do you see him shooting 40 feet from the three? Does Simmons shoot as far as Dame does?
Nobody does that, bro.
Steph does.
Are you delusional right now? Like,
How am I delusional? Please explain.
dog. Okay, first of all,
you think-
on
Let
the-
him talk. Let him talk.
Go ahead. Go
On
ahead.
the Damian, I'm talking about the Damian Lillard Anthony
yeah.
Simons thing. They are literally almost like carbon. There's literal footage of them doing the same moves.
Dude, I can find literal footage of freaking Kobe and Dirk Nowitzki doing the same moves.
No, but dog,
It doesn't
they
make
do
any
it-
sense.
He's
Okay,
being retarded.
the plays that they run as well, handoff, dribbles to pull-ups. They run the same play for
Deep
both the
threes.
people.
Pick and roll.
Simons will do like a cross. Like, dude, I don't get how you don't think they play the same. First of all, they're
Because
both lack on
they don't have the
defense.
same skill
They're
set. The
both,
way they
both
score
volume
is
shooters that
different,
want
in my
like
opinion.
what?
The way they score is different, in my opinion.
So you're saying Anthony don't shoot threes?
Every player
how do they
shoots
score
threes. What do you mean, don't shoot
Let him
threes?
Let him explain. How do they score differently?
Okay, first off, the way that Dame creates a shot is different than the way that.
How?
We're
You want me
getting
to explain, like,
derailed,
the
guys.
move that
We're
he does
getting derailed.
directly, it's different.
What do you
The
mean?
way that he
moves
comes up-
does, what type of shots does he take? It's not about the moves. Yes, fucking Damian Lillard has a different style crossover than Simons. That doesn't
Is that not scoring
translate to the
differently?
type. Yes, no, it's not.
If you want to get to a certain spot, you have to do a certain move, right?
Bro.
That's different from what Simons does. They don't
They
score the same way.
score from the same spots, though.
Okay,
That's my point.
Every player scores from the same spot. If you
No,
want to
they
be that
don't.
direct.
Does Julius Randle score from the same spots as Steph
It's like,
Curry?
okay, from three, yeah. Like, if you're shooting a corner three, everyone scores from the same corner
Telling me
three.
Julius Randle,
Oh, shit.
he's pulling up
Oh,
literally the same exact shit.
I can find.
players that do like dog.
Dude, I've seen a Luka.
MJ and Jordan like Kobe
Dude,
type
I've seen a
stuff. That's
Luka.
carbon copy.
Okay, let me speak. I've seen a Luka and CP3 same edit like that.
Find it.
I can find it on YouTube.
When he finds it, we'll see.
I used to Luka CP3.
my
So
opinion,
all
this
the-
argument
in
is
and out
stupid.
crossover.
in my
Austin only
opinion,
thinks like if you're not as good as them in terms of like points and shit, you don't play like that.
Dog,
Which is
the
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
I know because I asked
like,
you, who does Damian Lillard play like? And the only person you said was Steph Curry, somebody who's just as elite as
Good
him.
video.
You can't name me a player of lesser value that's similar than him. And we're naming you a guy who's literally his teammate who plays the same exact way as him. Obviously, he's not going to put up 35
Comparison.
points, shoot from half court, but the way they get open, the type of shots they take is the same exact thing.
yeah, it's like a play style thing.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. That's
Play
all I'm
style.
trying to
How they
That-
imitate
say.
that's
flopping.
different.
They imitate the same flop. That's what you were going for, huh? I'm just kidding.
Luke
But,
imitates CP3
but when it
flop.
comes to the point of who's more like scarce, like who's rare,
I think a point guard it's hard to play point guard.
I mean,
An
it's harder,
efficient
but
point
right
guard.
now it's the guard dominated league, so it's just like there's a lot of guards.
You could argue
You know
that
what I
too,
mean? Like-
but my whole thing, I'm angry only because he's saying that nobody plays like Damian Lillard, nobody plays like Julius Randle, which is just false. Like it's just
I never said nobody plays like him.
No,
I
but
said
you
it's-
did.
You're saying it's like easy to find.
Zion
I'm not
is-
saying
is
it's
the
easy
word
to
that
find.
comes
I'm
to
saying
mind, though.
big, like the power forward type of play that Julius Randle's playing is more common in the league than the elite level of Jalen Brunson's point guard.
Okay, I agree with you there, but I'm saying like he's not a more valuable person to the team or to the Knicks, in my opinion.
I disagree. I'm saying Julius
There's more,
Randle's.
there's more sparse point guards in the league than Brunson than to find.
That's all I'm trying
Well,
to
it
tell
really
you
depends
is that there are
on
players
how
that
they-
play like
how
these
they
players.
win, how they
They
win.
are, huh?
It depends
I don't know
on
why
how
you
they
was
win. Like, what's
pushing
their
back
play
on
style?
that.
I don't watch Nick games. I don't know how the fuck they play.
The
Like,
way I define
are
play
they
style.
slow? Do they be lighting shit up? Because if they be lighting
Hey,
shit
man,
up,
Keldon
usually you're
Johnson
gonna
plays
associate
very
that with
similar
the
to
guards.
Julius
They
Randle.
shoot a lot of threes.
Okay,
Keldon
they shoot a lot
Johnson
of
plays
threes.
very similar.
with the
Undersized,
guards,
power
brother.
forward, big and strong, can shoot threes.
Obviously not.
Who has better
Also, there have been
stats?
multiple, also there have been multiple like games. Huh?
No,
No,
he's
hell.
not. That's
Hell,
what I want
he's
to
like
get
6'8".
to.
He's like
That's what I
6'8".
want to get to. He's good, but he's short for his position.
He's just
Also,
big and strong. That's why he looks
Zion
big. Yeah.
comes to mind. Bro.
Also, even talking about the Damian Lillard Anthony Simons comparison, there's been so many times earlier half of the season where Anthony Simons has like a six threes in a half quarter, very Damian Lillard-esque where he.
I'm saying the way that they score the basket. Like,
A lot of his
let me
shots are
define
threes.
what I
That's what I'm
think play
saying.
style is.
That's what I'm saying.
The way that they
I've
get
seen-
to a spot or a move that they do to get
Okay.
to a spot is how they create shots for
Correct,
themselves,
okay.
and you base the offense on how they create shots.
Okay.
Similar to how Stephen Curry moves around the basketball with the dribble handoffs, and how Draymond Green gets him open is different from how Klay Thompson scores the ball and how he moves around to get open for shots. That's a different play style. They both shoot threes, or they both score from different areas on the court the same way, but the way they do it is different. Basically.
I have literally that's what I'm telling you. I've physically seen Portland run the same play with where it's like
They
a
literally do
screen
that.
off ball, curl around, handoff to Simmons and or Lillard. The same exact play. They
Literally
use them
all
as
of
the
last
same
year when
player.
Dame was
You can
out,
score-
use them-
yeah,
they did
use
the
them as
same shit.
player.
You can
So
do
therefore
same
it's
plays,
saying-
but to say that they score the same
and
way is
they can even
wrong.
they can even attack off the dribble. They literally listen. I don't like you watched I know you've seen Anthony Simons. That's why
Yeah,
it's
I've
hard
seen
to- for me they're saying this.
I've seen the clip that you showed me.
Not even that clip. Like even if they pump fake that, they'll drive in, do it move and then go.
Okay.
Lillard and Simons will do the exact same thing. I don't know.
Here's the thing. So for what he said about Steph and Klay, the difference to them is Steph is taking a lot of threes that are not catch and shoot. Klay's main game is catch and shoot. Three. Steph takes off the dribble, off screens, off
does
handoff
catch-
type
Steph
shit.
can drive as well.
Yeah,
off the
and he
three-point
does
line.
catch and shoot, right? So that's how they're different. In terms of Simons and Lillard, they're both taking off the dribble threes, pull-up threes, driving to the rim when the defense collapses. That's all I mean by similar play styles. That's all I'm saying. Yes, obviously Damian Lillard's crossover is much more fluid. It's better. It's different. Obviously, but the shot profiles, the type of shots they're getting, the way they get their shots is a little different. But the type of shots they're taking, literally all the way down to from the range to the amount of threes they take to to the type of threes they take off the dribble, catch and shoot is very, very similar. That's all
fair.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
That's
and
all we're
what
saying.
I was saying is back to what your first point was, like the way that they score the basketball with like the crossover or the step back is different, in my point.
It's true, but every player is
That's like
different
me
in
and
that.
you doing. That's like me and you doing a crossover step back. It's gonna be different because they're different people. Like
Different
like,
body
That's
sizes.
just my whole point.
all
That's
that
why.
that's what you wanted to say.
But that's a
That was my
stupid
whole point.
argument. It's
That's
not dumb.
That's dumb.
How?
That's like saying
No, but they said they were similar.
Like,
Like,
my crossover on my left opposed to my right, and so it's different. That's like,
but
it's the
yeah,
same
exactly.
fucking motion.
their argument is basically like you're getting to the same spot and
The
scoring at the
reason
same
why
spot.
I can't jump in this because I don't know how to fuck Anthony Simmons fucking play, dog. I know how Damian Lillard plays, but I was gonna ask him to know. Do you think that McCollum, CJ, and Damian Lillard play the same?
No, I think
CJ
McCollum
takes a
different.
lot of mid-range
Yeah.
jumpers
Do
and
you
shit.
think that they were like kind of that because Anthony took his role, right? Wouldn't you?
Yeah, he
McCollum?
was the number two.
Do you think they used him the same?
No.
No, hell no.
No, they have a different strategy when
They
it
have
comes to
different
like,
games.
Yeah,
I don't see Anthony play.
yeah, no, it's
Anthony
like
plays pretty much like Damian
Lillard, yeah,
Like,
that's
obviously
exactly
not
what I'm
as
saying.
good.
So he has that range.
He shoots a lot of threes.
McCollum used to like to get into the mix in the middle.
Yeah.
And, like, really
He did.
McCollum's
He
the
did.
midi
And he still does. He likes to take floaters.
Yeah.
Like McCollum loves to do floaters for North. Like he loves
Simon's
it.
a lot of threes, a lot of he'll drive to the rim, but when the defense collapses, he drives and kicks.
Like dude, Simons literally will just do a sidestep on you, like
D'Lo's
tween
very
sidestep.
unique.
He'll do
D'Lo's
it.
like D'Lo's a little
Cool.
unique.
Simons? Maybe.
I like D-Lo.
Honestly,
Agree to
I'll be
disagree.
cooking lately. I might better.
How the fuck can he say
We
this
can
guy,
move on.
bro?
We can move on after this.